Alright ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kieran and welcome back to a brand new Negative Atmosphere video. So the reason why I haven't covered this game in a wee while is because there wasn't really much to cover, and I didn't want to be one of those channels that just did news videos every week on very mundane things just to have content, you know who I'm all referring to here, those sort of fucking channels. I'm not one of them, so do not worry. But yeah, we do have some interesting details discussed in this video, so without further delay, let's dive right into some Negative Atmosphere info. The biggest piece of news that we got from Sunscorched, news that actually made me want to make this video in the first place, is the confirmation of a brand new demo. Oh, not just one demo, but two. So the rundown is that on March 20th, or between March 20th and the 25th, because the coronavirus and shit like that, the first demo will release, but will only contain the first 10 minutes of the game. Then again on April 20th, the second demo will release, containing roughly around the first 30 to 40 minutes. Now to get access to this demo, you need to be a $20 or above patron over on the game's Patreon page. Also, if you do decide to become a Patreon to play these demos, Sunscorched asks to not share around the demo or record any sessions. This is mainly because the demos represent unfinished parts of the game, and they contain like placeholder assets and shit like that, and we all know, judging from the whole like RP games and their Kickstarters and shit like that, and them using, bought assets, people do not like that shit, and when you see a game with it, oh, it gets some attention, not great attention. I quite like what they're doing with this because it's a great way to reward your hardcore audience as well as let others test your game instead of just using your internal team. They've played it and they've done everything, they've created everything, and they know exactly where to go. There's a massive difference between developers and players and how they interact with their own games. So yes, it's great that there's like additional testing out there. I can imagine the first 10-minute demo being mostly intro cutscenes, unless they're just going to like cut the cutscenes and only have the actual first 10 minutes of true gameplay. To be honest, with the first 10-minute gameplay demo, I think that would probably work better as a promo video rather than having two separate demos, Because think of it this way, a lot of people are going to go for the second month. They're going to go for April to have that 30-40 minute demo. They're not going to go with just March. Well, March for like people who have been patrons for like ages, that's cool. But it's the 30 and 40 minute demo that's definitely going to stick out for people. Not saying don't go for the 10-minute demo if you want to, that's completely up to you. I'm just saying it'd probably just be easier for you guys if you just did a promo video instead, I get why you're doing it that way, but that's just my wee thoughts on it. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be a patron for the month of April to get that sweet 30-40 minute demo, but do not worry, Sunscorched, if you're listening, I will not record it, I will just play it, and that's about it. Just enjoy it for what it is. Now another thing I want to touch on in this video, because with the demo there's not really much to cover there, it's just an announcement. So there's another thing that came out ages ago, there's another thing that actually got linked on Twitter, which was an article released over on the Unreal Engine website. In this article, they interview CEO of Sunscorched, Calvin Parsons, essentially just talking about things we already know. When discussing enemies in this interview, Calvin says this part that actually quite piqued my interest slightly. Some of these creatures are not always hostile, as their behaviour and physical form can be quite varied. Fear is the secret ingredient of any good horror creature, and we strive to create fear in a myriad of forms. This came after he talked about how players might feel a bit of sympathy towards the creatures, which actually reminded me of an earlier video where I was looking at concept art of an enemy, and I was like, I feel sorry for that man, because that man had his front skin ripped off, and he looks like a fucking gremlin. No, not a gremlin, I'm just going to call him a gremlin, but he looked fucked up. He looked severely fucked up, and I did actually feel sorry for it. It's like, ugh. So that's pretty cool how not all the creatures will constantly be hostile, and it should keep the players on edge. See, I can just look forward into the future in my playthrough, and I can just see myself messing about with these creatures that aren't necessarily hostile. Most likely I'll get my head chopped off. It's bound to happen. The next thing in the article I want to highlight is the different types of weaponry. While there is a respectable amount of weaponry available, such as some machine guns, pistols, shotguns, other firearms, and even a transforming power fist combat shield combo, ammunition is scarce. Edwards and other survivors often have to use what is at hand, which can also lead to wielding lasers, scalpels, glass balls, and other similar junk and improvised weapons. So, you know, just pushing the weird combo thing aside, it seems like we do have a good amount of stuff to play around with here. I wonder if it's going to be a bit like Dead Rising, for example, where you can use a good variety of random shit around the place as weapons, but they have like a very small durability. So it's essentially like one item per enemy, kinda. Although I don't really expect to be cutting about the rosin off with a couch, mind you, but I'm just curious, because like if you have something like a glass bottle, that is definitely going to be like a one-hit sort of thing, or maybe a multiple-hit sort of thing, I don't know. But I wonder how much junk we can really gather in our inventory. I want to see how far this goes, you know. Have like glass bottle only playthroughs now, that would be interesting. So that was most of the new sort of info I gained from the interview, but if I did miss anything, please let me know down in the comments below, and if you want to read the full interview with Calvin Parsons, then I'll leave that down in the description below. They do get into right technical stuff about the game, so if you're interested in that sort of thing, then it will be a good read, I guarantee it. For me, I'm not really into the whole technical schnaz. Is that a word? I don't know if it's an appropriate word. But yeah, like I'm not really into that side of things really, although I get curious and I ask questions and shit like that. But right now I'm into the gameplay. I want gameplay details, I want story details, and I cannot wait for more. So that was Negative Atmosphere. What do you think about it? Are you going to become a patron to get access to the demo? Let me know down in the comments below. Special thanks to my lovely wee patrons, KG, Proxy1 and TG Monster for your continued support over on Patreon. Thank you guys so much. I do really appreciate it. I don't know, maybe I'm going to try and like contact Sunscorched and see if I can play the demo and talk about it, not necessarily just record it and show it off and all that, because obviously that will go against the rules, but maybe I can record a video and just talk about the experience a wee bit and see how it feels, see how everything, because obviously if I'm going to show gameplay, then it will show off the whole like asset stuff and all that, and I don't want to show all that off. I don't want to do that. I don't want to try and tarnish anyone's thoughts on the game by showing it, by showing like an early build or anything like that, but I would love to talk about it in a video, so I'm going to contact them, see if I can do that. Now, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know I've been quite unwell over the past week, and I've just been, it's been fucking a nightmare over the past 2 weeks. I've been unwell, I've had gum disease, I've had uni assessments, we have had the coronavirus shutting everything down, I had a film shoot, all this in the 2 fucking weeks, and I've been stressed at my nut. I also have a new BBC video coming out today, by the way. If you want to go check that out, it's on Bleeding Edge. If you want to go watch that, you know, I will leave that in the description below if you want to check it out. But yeah, like it's been fucking crazy. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm a wee bit grateful for the coronavirus, because with everything shut down, like unis and stuff like that, it gives me more time to work on videos. So I'm working on a video right now. I've recorded Negative Atmosphere and I'm recording Within the Cosmos next. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you all next time. Bye bye.